Hello everyone, welcome once again to the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network. My name is Chachi, I'm here with you tonight, and we've got some UT3 action coming your way. But before we talk about that, real quick, who else is in the house? I believe we got our man Piffners. Piff, what's up, man?
What is going on? It's Piff up in the house tonight, looking to watch this wonderful and some wonderful match between T5K and K1, two amazing teams who've been in the leagues for a long time now and have a ton of talent they're bringing to the table. Really excited tonight. Looking forward to some awesome talent. Who else we got in channel?
I believe we have the man Dawsinator. Dawes, how's it going?
Well, welcome. Thank you very much for letting me come in here and then talk a little bit about the Warfare. We have a great match tonight on the Unreal Gaming League, and we're really proud to have our first match tonight between two really good teams. T5K, which has been online for 5 years. I love them. They're my bros. And we got a good team called K1. That's by Ninjax. And we're hoping to have a good Warfare match for the community.
Awesome.
And also, real quick, the man who does not speak but is one of the most integral members of our crew, Nomadicus, doing video, so hopefully you like it. We are a few minutes behind, but hey, it looks like we're up and going. That's right. T5K versus K1. This is the Unreal Gaming League 5 vs 5 Warfare match. It is going to be one of the first matches to be brought tonight, or to this date, by e-rev. www.unrealgamingleague.com. I believe that is right. Am I correct with that, Nomad? Well, that's right. So cool. So if you're into Unreal Gaming, you're looking for a competitive ladder, go check out. It's a ladder that is solely dedicated to Unreal tournaments. So if you want the best love for your team, bring them to www.unrealgamingleague.com. Also, for those of you checking us out, if you want to throw your shout-outs in during this match, check us out on the GameSurge IRC network on pound E-rev.
Yes, indeed. And right now I'm going to go ahead and open up with some lineups for these two teams, these two phenomenal, talented teams who've been around quite a long time and have a lot of history in the community. Right now, we've got the starting lineup for T5K being Sanchez, Shania Payne, Milkshake, Unborn, and Triple X. Got some veterans as well as, it looks like some new names, but I couldn't. Yeah, definitely. Shania just joined up, I believe, a little while back. She was around for the Euro match, I believe. Then we've got Ninja X, Sea Dog, Vicerant, Shades 11, and Greenie for the K1 team, and we are live. First one I'm on is Shania Payne from Team 5K, moving out to the center nodes right off the bat with the orb. Good strategy here. Hopefully they'll have the node built in time to actually pick that up, so that orb will respawn at center, and she'll be able to get that second node up and get across there. Or actually, excuse me, she's actually moving to the prime. My bad, I thought we were playing free mine. I'm an idiot, I'm going to shut up for a second.
Well, Ninja drawing the first blood of the game, catching Shania with that tank as they're going forward. It looks like T5K was trying to do a hard get their team over to their prime node to get that built up, and then move the orb over real quick to try to attack, but that does not seem to be the case. We are looking around here. No one has the orb in their possession at the moment, and we've got some action over on the T5K prime side. You've got Vicerant moving in there right now with a tank, taking Triple X out. Also the mana as well. The mana driver dropping down to that node. The node has gone out, and Blue Core is already in danger. Node 3 has gone up, and we've already got some action. We've got Sea Dog moving out there with the orb, and it looks like he's going to try to move out to try to just protect for later on. The Blue Core has started taking damage. You've got Vicerant moving out around the corner there to do some damage to the tank from across that barrier. And you have a mana that is Greenie inside the power core area, hitting it with some Link at the moment as he's up top slowly, pretty much being the only one doing damage, getting back inside that mana, moving around, and no one can stop him. He is just dancing everywhere as he dumps the mana before a aggro lock happens. A member from that T5K team did hijack it, but Greenie, still the sole man inside there, saying, you know what, guys, I'm not going to let this go much longer. So power core down to 4 points of health, pulling out the flak, and T5K barely able to stop the damage over at node 3. Why don't you take it away there, Pip?
I gotta say, Critical error by Unborn on that one. Grab the orb was moving to the only loose node. It was not actually open at all. There was nobody linking it from red. There was nobody who had it up from T5K. Yet he went to that node with the orb when the most critical point, which was the prime node that was linked to their core, was left wide open to do all that damage. And as you see, I mean, we're already done with the first round right here with a score of 100 by K1 to 0 from T5K partially because of that error. Really, that was a good 30 points that could have been kept off if they had just worked together a little bit better and gotten that orb run quickly with a vehicle run out to that node over the top. It's actually a good strategy to use when you've got a lot of defense to come in over the top with a good Manta run, and just didn't seem to come through for him. Man, that was really quick, man.
Well, yes, like you mentioned, score of 100-0 real quick for those that want to know how this match is being scored out and how Unreal Gaming League is handling their Warfare matches. 2 rounds per map. Each team will swap sides after a round is done. The way you finish a round, easy. You destroy the power core of your opposing team. However many points of health you have left on your power core at the end of that round is how many points go towards your team. For example, K1, obviously 100 points left in their core. T5K, since theirs got destroyed, 0 points. So T5K starting out 100-0. We are doing 2 maps tonight. This is Dusk being the first one, and then we're moving off to Torland Classic after that, where again another 2 rounds will happen, theoretically. So we'll see how this ends up going. www.unrealgamingleague.com, that's who we are covering tonight, and this is www.e-rev.TV, bringing that UT3 action. Dawes, I mean, your team out there, obviously from the very get-go, looks like pretty much got their butts handed to them. What do you think?
Well, from what I could see and stuff, they were trying to do an aggressive attack and stuff, and then they weren't expecting Ninja to get in the tank and everything, and Ninja took them out, got the orb runner and everything, and that pretty much was about done. And once you got that tank, he was able to get over the bridge block there and get moving out. So, yeah, hopefully they'll get their butts in gear, but that was a very impressive attack by K1.
Very impressive indeed. I mean, a lot of speed on that, a lot of deployment, not a lot of sticking together between K1. Looks like they swarmed pretty much half the map at that point in time. And you're right, when those tanks get up, it's so difficult in a game type of this speed to actually come back from that when you've got tanks all over the place bearing down on you, especially on a map like this where one spawns at the core, one spawns at prime. I mean, it's very difficult. So I can definitely see why that was kind of a surprise, especially if you're pushing an off-balance, like kind of aggressive attack right off the bat. It can go really wrong really quickly, but it's just bad luck with that first tank kill.
Well, like you said, I mean, T5K, they tried to move out there with their orb run to K1's prime, and obviously as soon as K1 got that prime up, they did man that tank and was very easily able to defend that run. So ultimately, that was probably the thing that started out to put that nail in the coffin. And then the K1 guys saying Viscerant was the man that came, so watch out for Viscerant. So we might have to try to keep an eye on Viscerant if this round lasts longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah, and you got to have those abrals in the air too. That's one thing I didn't see from T5K, and I used to see that all the time in ONS and a lot nowadays in a lot of pub star warfare, which is there's a lot of that going on. But basically, I mean, you got to have those abrals in the air when you're down like that, because in Dusk you cannot afford to let any fast movers into that base. It's easy to keep infantry out. You can spot them coming from a mile away. There's no real way to sneak in on the core for infantry. But when you've got Mantas come over the top, or cicadas come over the top, mantas coming from either side, it's very easy to actually have them get in and really take that core down quickly with either a det charge or any number of things. And it's just something you got to watch out for. You always got to have those avrils in the air as you leave the base, in my opinion.
Most definitely, but you know, with UT3, I mean, the ammo for the Averill is just so much more limited than it was for Onslaught in UT 2004, so you can't really spam them out as much as you want to, and that's one of the things you also got to think about. But when it comes down to it, if you know vehicles coming your way, pull out the Avril, see if you can get a quick shot off, and next thing, throw out the shock. I mean, that's my opinion on it. And I believe we were just waiting for these guys to ready up, and I think they're actually waiting for us to see if we wanted to run a commercial. But I think we'll give them the go-ahead and to get this action started. So that's right, here we go. About to start this up. I believe the teams are ready and up at this moment. We don't really have a ready box to look at. So that's what's going on.
Oh, no.
Real quick, I believe Kitten is in IRC right now. She's actually gotten a few shout-outs. We'll throw those out there real quick. Kitten, what's going on in IRC?
Absolutely nothing.
I was pressing the wrong button. Okay, so
wow.
I have a shout out from Dip42 to BGE. I love you guys. And Ginger, can I have some cheese?
Gotta give me that cheese, and we are live.
All right, this time K1 on the blue team, T5K on the red team. I'm going to go ahead and pull off onto K1 to see how they're starting this out. Ninja X with the orb goes to their prime, runs over to pick up the thigh pads, doesn't do it, and again, this time he gets right into the tank. So he's holding tank, and I guess they're wondering if T5K is going to try to run the same strat, and he sees the mana over the top, firing his shells over there, not able to connect against that mana. We're going to look around and try to figure out who that is in it. Shades also, though, for K1, has gotten the Cicada and moved it out. So I'm actually on Shades. He's moving out towards K1's prime. They're far east of prime, and it is gone down.
And Triple X with the first blood on Ninja. Ninja down. First death of the game right there.
You see Shades there pretty much just tacking down on that prime node, and they keep having someone run over just to step on it, and someone is actually taking their mana and firing up at the Cicada, as well as some shock shots are coming out there. We're the most damage or the most action going on right now, the east tank node of T5K. You do have Shades dropping down in there, as well as the mana has come in. That is Ninja X, I believe, has come in with the mana to do a little damage. That is correct. So we have Ninja X and Shades tagging together onto the east tank node and building that back up to try to keep any damage from happening. I have to correct myself real quick. I did say that was T5K's tank node. That was actually K1's. I will correct myself on that. Pip, take it away.
Lol, GG. I'm watching Sanchez. He's really trying to run some Manta interference right now around that blue orb. Can't afford to have that coming back up. K1 can easily walk in that door and just take him down. Looks like excuse me, looks like he's doing a pretty good job sliding on to Ninja X, who's backing up that door to the prime with the tank and actually tapping on T5K's prime node there, their tank prime node. It's not looking like a very good scene because it's actually vulnerable and getting pretty much taken down at this point. Oh, it's done for. Or excuse me, yeah. And let's see here. Actually, excuse me, that's K1's prime. Wow, neither of us can cast tonight. We're just some geniuses, let me tell you. Yeah, we're that's right. Pro DM and pro casters. That's us. You know, we're good like that. Anyways, back to the action. Ninja X and a Scorpion running into nothing for no apparent reason. And then we've got Shania Payne looking like he's trying to do some interference there on the prime node to keep that T5K prime available. Excuse me, K1 prime. I'm going to shut up now. You take it away, Chachi.
I don't know why Sea-Dog was doing this. He was actually standing above T5K's prime node when they actually had it open, and he did not attack, destroyed a tank, and then whenever it was locked, he tried to attack again. Don't know why that is, but the blue core for K1 is vulnerable, but action is already going on over at that tank node to try to prevent that from happening anymore. You've got Viscera in there right now, and they have secured their power core. So that has happened. Looks like they ran in there and did do the tap. Viscera over there getting that built up. Also, though, on T5K's prime, T5K's prime is now open because K1 has taken the their tank node. Looks like tank node being the mode of choice for most people to try to attack at the moment. Milkshake from T5K is above that node right now with rockets and dropping down. And as he jumps on top of the node, blows himself up with his own tri-rockets in his face. So not a whole lot going on, but T5K did successfully block the attack of K1. Right now, power cores are sitting at 99 for T5K, 83 for K1. T5K has gotten the initial push, but it looks like K1 has mounted a very, very successful comeback as they are attacking again the prime node of T5K. Sanchez with the orb is moving in there and does drop down onto it to prevent that from going up completely. But with a hard combo, Viscerant up above him and drops a combo really, really hard right next to the head of Sanchez. Viscerant is still at that tank node area and with flak in hand is starting to take it out. And here comes the orb of K1. Viscerant now again trying to take out the tank at this moment, throwing out the Avrils and getting the lock on. That tank is burning and has gone down. The red core is under attack.
See, now in that situation, with that prime node, with him running up with that orb from K1 at the last moment, Viscerant already had about 10 of the 13 flak primaries it takes to take down a prime node, or any node actually, and I would have just let him finish up and gone ahead and defended. I think mainly just to keep them on their toes, to keep them from having that easy orb cap, just walk in the door and touch it once. Just don't really think that that's a great thing to have happen, because it can turn around a map so quickly. And Viscerant's still at the node, doing a great job suppressing it, actually got it back down, but taken out immediately by Sanchez and the tank, which is causing them a lot of problems too. I've also seen a couple of errors actually from Shades on K1. Seems like he's missed a couple of pretty critical shots. A Scorpion self-destruct that could have easily taken down the tank, that was pretty critical. A couple other shots that really were kind of crucial shots, but it just seems like K1's kind of rattled by the fact that Team 5K, after, I don't know if they got warmed up or if they just got spanked into warmth, but I mean basically they're getting warmed up to a point where they're really, really being seriously competitive now and not letting that K1 prime team actually take them down. So I'm liking this match a lot.
Sanchez right now is holding next to T5K's tank node, pretty much holding a defensive position from there. We do have Ninja X though moving out from their tank node, and it looks like he wants to go cause a little havoc over there at T5K's prime. He does go to T5K prime. It's already got a build going on it, and he's going past preemptive prediction for the build. And he is moving forward. It looks like he's going to try to go in there to do some damage, avoiding that Scorpion from taking out his mana, and he is there. Rockets in hand, flak in hand, and he is doing the damage at this moment. He is doing the deed, and no one is there to contest him. You do have T5K finally coming back to cut off that attack. Ninja X dropping back into the mana, but does not avoid the Scorpion of Shania Payne as those balls come flying out there and nail Ninja X in the face. So T5K, both their enemy tank, or their prime tank node, as well as their other prime node, solid build on those at the moment. K1, their enemy prime, is getting a slow build at the moment, and their tank, they now both are fully built. So we're going back and forth with the action. Right now, both teams are pretty much following the same sides of each other's map. If we look at Unborn, he is taking the orb for T5K, and he's moving towards the enemy prime node that he sees damage happening at. And that is K1's Ninja X again up above. Unborn moving in there, but Shades with the mana comes in and takes him out. So that orb does get dropped, and but luckily, the tank node of K1 goes down in the process, so T5K getting a little saving grace, and their team taking out the tank node and has started a build on that node. Shades is over there right now trying to do some damage, and they do. They take out the T5K opposition. You have two people from K-Wood with that build right now. Piff, what's up?
Well, goodness, it is actually, I never thought I'd say this, but it is actually getting kind of difficult for me to keep track of it tonight. But we got Shania Payne with the orb and getting a Manta Ride, slammed to the ground, orb dropped. Very difficult to keep that at the, keep up on your feet sometimes with that. And yet again, slammed into the ground again by Unborn, or Goodness gracious, I can't even keep track of it. Basically, run into the main prime for T5K and getting killed by a Manta right there off the bat and actually dropping the orb. Very difficult to come back at this point because all 4 nodes are actually kind of dominated by K1, and so it's come back around, and now they've really picked up their game. They've got a Manta tap in the core, and now they've got 2 infantry tap in the core, and it seems like they're having some trouble. Shanghai Paint's having some trouble actually getting those guys taken out, and it's down. So it looks like the final scores is 2-0 on the maps, and the finishing score I believe was 134-0. And that's in K1's favor, and that's for the first map.
It was actually 132-0. K1 with 32 points left on their power core before the end of that round. So them sweeping Dusk, obviously with a very, very dominant win in the first round. T5K making them jump up in their heels though this time, and showing that they're not a team to joke around with. Both these teams have had players that have been around the UT community for a long time, and the skill is coming out there. We're going to take a real quick break. We're going to Torthern Classic for this Unreal Gaming League match. We will be right back.
Where video games were competitive and casting companies were few, gamers searched in the dark for their hero. One name, one company came to save the day. Instant Replay, War Room Ventrilo, and unforgettable voices were heard over the airwaves. Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network rolled onto the scene, often imitated but never duplicated. e-rev.
All right, well, we are back. For those of you just joining us, this is T5K versus K1. 5 versus 5 warfare on the Unreal Gaming League. www.unrealgamingleague.com. And while we're here, actually one of our favorite people in the world, Mr. Dawsonator, is one of the admins over there, and is going to take a quick moment just to let you guys know about Unreal Gaming League and what you can do to get involved. So, Dawes, what's the story?
Well, thank you, Chachi. Actually, I'm the owner of UnrealGamingLeague.com, and I've got some great administrators with me and everything, Nomad being one of them. Unreal Gaming League is built mainly for the UT3 community. It's built with good gamers in mind and everything, and what we are really trying hard to do, we have Warfare, we have Vehicle Capture the Flag, Team Deathmatch, and we also have Deathmatch as well. And we're covering right now PC and also PS3. Soon we will have some servers to provide for our matches and everything, thanks to Mr. Crowfly, and also Viper. Tom is going to be setting them up for us and everything. Unreal Gaming League is looking for players to come and join so we can get the UT3 community active again. Epic will be coming out with some patches for the PC, so PC players do not worry. PS3 players, please come to Unreal Gaming. We have your gaming play for you, and just wanted to thank everybody out there in the UT3 community. It's been really helping me in a great deal, and I want to thank my e-rev bros here, and thank you very much.
All right, man. Well, lots of good stuff for the Unreal community to check out. So, yeah,
and
definitely
thank you,
get over there. Let's get some action going. Yes, thanks a lot, man. Piff, dude, Torthern Classic. You know, it is classic, even though it's a little bit of a classic with a twist. So.
It is classic with a twist. I mean, basically, classic with a twist, meaning you can't actually hit the prime nodes from the tank. Well, you can't really connect the tank nodes anymore, but hey, we won't really go into that too much, even though some people say that actually ruined the map, but I mean, some people say it, enhanced the map. I don't know. I think that bottleneck in the middle, that center node, causes a lot of problems for teams who don't run an extremely quick startup, as it always has for people in Torlin. If you do not run this map, restart the server, run the map, restart the server, run the map, restart the server, and get your startup just right, you pretty much lose this one. That's how it's always been. That's how it was 2K4. That's how it is in UT3. Deemer is critical. Raptor is critical. Crowd control is critical from start, and we'll see who's got the better speed in this situation, because I mean it's all based on those things right there. I mean, everybody knows that who's played Torlin. It's a very popular map, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And this map gives me a migraine.
Another quick difference from the UT 2004 version to this UT3 version, the tank nodes are not a connecting node to the primes, meaning that if you get your tank node and you can't instantly capture the other team's tank node. The game has started. Shades for K1 is moving out to the prime with the orb at this moment as he moves in there to touch on that and picks up the armor, and not going back. Figured he might go back to try to pick up for another run, but that did not happen. Also, though, that T5K has already taken control of the center node with 2 of their members, including the orb carrier, 3 of their members at the center node at that moment. We're looking at Triple X because he is there, looks like pretty much on mana watch at the moment in the Scorpion. Does move out there with a self-destruct, runs it right into Shades.
It's very nice.
But up above, you have... you had a member of K1, but now that member's dropped down to the ground, the member that was in the mana, and they have started doing damage onto the center node. The center node has stopped taking damage. Looks like the onslaught. Oh, yes, thank you. The prime is under attack. Shana Payne with the Raptor over there, but T5K does take over the center node with a quick orb run into that point. Shana Payne up above with the Raptor and has started taking the attack. I'm completely off my game, aren't I? Pip, take it away.
Oh, wow, we're winners tonight, everyone. Anyway, Shades moving on the prime node. He's doing a little bit of dodging, duck and move, DM skills with some primary link fire to try and take out that T5K prime node. Then he's back in the Scorpion. I think he's going to run for a self-destruct on this one, which is a good idea because it was about half down last time I saw it, and it's a perfect chance to really take that out. He's also firing some blind shots over the over the top of the hill there to hit some of these players who are on their hoverboards, and also take out any mantas that might be causing some problems. Now, we had a failure there. We had a little bit of an error from a T5K player actually on a Scorpion self-destruct, but Shades was taken out with some primary flak fire, so no worries on that. Still, they did lose the prime node anyways. Now, the orb, the red orb, is lonely at the base right now. So T5K really needs to get on top of that and start doing some orb runs, because it can change the entire map. Getting that orb push in there is what they really need. There's a lot of action going on at the prime node. I mean, we've got Shades moving in to the enemy prime yet again, except this time he's got the orb with him, and that's going to cause some serious problems. And now T5K's core is vulnerable, and it looks like they're going to move. They got a couple players moving to the core, and they've got 2 moving to the tank node, actually. So that's really bad news for T5K right now. Let's see what they're doing in the base.
Inside the base, they finally got the core secure, so the orb is just respawning right now. Unborn from T5K moving out to go towards that prime node and to try to get that going. But we've also got the K1 orb, that is Ninja X with it, coming around the far side, tank side, and is moving towards that node at the moment there. Pulls the shock rifle out and does connect to at least 1 shot against T5K member. Ninja X moving in there. Looks like he's waiting for that, just for that that orb protection to go out, but with a hard combo, Unborn stops that orb from moving forward. So
and the center node is down.
That is correct. Center node is down. We have action going on all over the place. We're looking at Viscerant real quick. It looks like he's going to try to come up above. T5K has taken that center node, and it looks like they're going to start their attack onto the prime. Triple X is glowing with shield and is looking up above and shock rifle in hand, trying to take out the Raptor that is firing down at him. Jumping onto that hoverboard, going back and forth. And let's see, we've also got, again, the T5K orb has not been moved up. But the problem here is that T5K orb was not actually used to tank the center node, so that's why it's not spawning right there for him. Sea-Dog, though, from K1 coming above, he went high, dropped down for the bridge, and goes behind the back of T5K and takes that orb back. So Sea-Dog with a little sneaky action coming in there and getting it back for K1.
Yes, indeed, man. And there was an odd choice. There was a really odd choice, it seemed, there. Greeny chose to take the Deemer and hit an already captured node with it, and instead of switching over to the Avril and taking out the Manta that was tapping the node, and then just, I guess, well, there's a lot of infantry there. I can understand his choice there, but I probably would have saved it for the Prime, for ninjaing the Prime here in a minute. Now they're all moving to the Prime node for T5K. There's multiple infantry spawning at the Prime, unfortunately, because they're just going to run into a Raptor from K1, and Greeny's moving on it, already doing damage to the enemy Prime. We got Triple X, Shania Payne, and Shania Payne's on the turrets, desperately trying to keep K1 off of that node, and now she's DMing with a couple of members. Well, she's DMing with the Scorpion, which may or may not go so well. It's just looking like it's moving back and forth so quickly, and the thing about this map is that Deemer and the orbs can change it so fast, and you just got to keep your timings up. You got to keep your mind at those timings, and you also need to keep your Raptor pilots on that Berserk, because that can change things around very quickly too. But T5K has recaptured their Prime and is now moving to the center node. They've got their Raptor already tapping it, and unfortunately they've got K1 at their Prime with a orb, so that T5K Prime has been taken again, and the core is available. Now Greeny is healing his Manta, and I think he's going to make a run on the core here. We'll see what he does, if there's any Avrils in the air to stop him with that Manta. Where are you looking at, Chach?
Shades just actually ran in there with the Mana, jumping over the Avril rocket beam. I don't believe the actual rocket got fired out. You see those beams flying out from T5K all over the place. He bails on that Mana before connection happens and jumps back into it, taking Shania Payne out. Double kill, Triple X goes out, and he's just going back and forth and having a heyday on this core at the moment. It is down to 59 points as Shania Payne finally gets the Avril put out there and does connect. K1 does have a member of their team that is defending the Prime node with the orb. That is Sea-Dog that is there at the moment. So he's standing close by to prevent anything from happening. Sea-Dog, you know, he's standing above, trying to make sure that no one comes up from the top side, drops down low, and also make sure he doesn't get hit from it by a Mana. For example, there's a Mana in there right now, tries to get him, and he does go out. There was Milkshake's flag that takes him out, and T5K was able to get back their Prime node. Again, I am still on Sea-Dog at the moment as he's moving forward with the Scorpion. Has the gun turret ready, and K1 has taken that node back down. So they are moving in there, and Sea-Dog, the only one from T5K to get the node back up, taking out Unborn. Unborn was in the Hellbender trying to hold some defense, but it was hurting pretty bad. Sea-Dog is at 75 health, but here comes the Mana, and here comes the orb as well, as the orb runs in, and they do get their node back, and that is T5K I'm talking about at the moment. The center node for K1 is at halfway, so it might not be too difficult to get out there to do some damage to it, but just all the resources are being forcibly used to defend their Prime node, T5K, but they end up finally taking out the center node.
That was nice.
Right, that was very nice, because Ninja was right there at the Prime node of T5K with the orb, and he's taken that this very moment. He's on the hoverboard moving to the center node from T5K Prime side, so they very well might not see him coming. He's about to drop onto it right now, and he does. So K1 taking back the center node, and also that means that orb will spawn at the center node. Ninja again picking up the orb and trying to avoid the sniper shots of that orb carrier. That is Unborn. Unborn going out, gets taken out of the game, or at least for that round. So not able to do a whole lot, and K1 has started building on T5K's Prime.
you know, somebody has absolutely got to get rid of that cicada. It is causing Team 5K just, they're just dishing out a ridiculous amount of punishment on them with that. And I mean, I saw a raptor actually get kind of up close and personal, and the cicada is now down, but it was up for far too long. Like I said, man, I keep saying it every time I watch a Warfare match. Avrils in the air. Leaving the base, Avrils in the air. Always, Avrils in the air. Why not? I mean, it's not like you're wasting anything. You're going to die in 2 seconds anyways half the time. You're not going to pick up any more ammo because there's none to be found half the time. I mean, Avrils in the air and just kill anything that comes over that hill that you see in the distance. There's no real range on that thing. It does not die out after a certain limit. It'll go from the corner to corner on a map, and T5K has recaptured their prime as I'm talking about Avrils because they need to have them in the air.
Got Sanchez moving up the waterway there, that front way with shock rifle in hand. You've also got a hellbender for T5K moving in there trying to do some damage, as well as Triple X is in there with the mana right now trying to cause some damage. He's going back and forth, but he gets taken out by Viscerant Scorpion Ball, and but the attack is still going on. But T5K doesn't know that Sea Dog has flak in hand, is in hitting their prime right now, as well as a Raptor from above. That Raptor driver does jump out and gets that going, and they start the build. They have it 3/4, but here comes T5K to stop that build. Triple X running over Sea Dog with the mana, but it was not enough because they did finish the build on that node. With Ninja X camping the T5K base at this moment to try to stop anyone from coming out of there. They've gotten their tank and moved it out, and that's something you haven't seen done a whole lot yet, is the use of the tank in this particular map. Ninja X does have a little bit of smoke coming out of that, and the core does go vulnerable again. Ninja X holding out. Looks like he's camping that Raptor area and trying to stay outside of the direction of that energy turret. Earlier someone was in that. He starts his killing spree by taking Sanchez out, but T5K is taking back their prime, so you know, it's just going back and forth with this action.
A lot of these aerial vehicles, you got Raptors and Cicadas, and K1 is absolutely dominating T5K by keeping control of those aerial vehicles, obviously watching their timings and watching their spawn points. Except one thing that concerns me, the Berserk and the Deemer have sat lonely at the center node for probably about 2 minutes at least now. Really? And Team 5K could absolutely turn this map around just by getting somebody out there to one of those 2 power-ups. A Raptor with Berserk is nothing to mess with, and a Deemer is also available with the Raptor, and yet the Raptor just sits there at their base. It's being taken out by the tank right now, and tank shells just flying down into the red base. I can't see, but I think that Ninja X just got taken out on that one. But the Prime is still being built by K1, and the core is vulnerable again, and you've got the Cicada moving back to the core yet again. So it's really kind of I'm really wondering where it's going to go, because they still have an opportunity to bring it back, but the entire team is now moving on the core.
Freaking K1 there just was pretty much taunting T5K with their orb. I believe they stopped 2 or 3 people from running in there, running the orb in right at the point of cap and not destroying it. So showing that they are not afraid to try to DM out anyone that tries to touch that, and pretty much taking the round, finishing it off. We do have one more round left of this if these guys want to play it. Technically, T5K has scored enough to get the deciding as far as who's got the most points. But Dawes, real quick, is it actually the rounds or match to win, or is UGL keeping up with the total point system for these teams?
It's about total points and everything, and basically right now it looks like K1's won the match. And the guys, good thing about what we like to do, we like to always just play the match and everything. And I really appreciate K1 challenging T5K, and it's really helping to keep the community going playing Warfare, because we really enjoy playing it. And so it's just basically about points and everything. So the guys will probably go ahead and play this one out, because it's they want to keep playing, they want to have fun.
All right, so we're going to bring one more round. Real quick, I believe Kitten does have another shout-out or two there in IRC. Kitten?
All right, I got a shout-out from Ginger Suicide to my BG homies. They love the cheese.
Indeed,
What the hell's with
indeed.
the cheese? Man.
You weren't here. Don't worry about it. We also have a quick shout out from Pathfinder. Apparently there is a shout out to BGE Sews Your Face from Pathfinder. He needs to stop being so sexy. Sorry, Ginger, he just has more on you at the moment. Interesting.
Alright, well, the map restarting or something. I think everyone's throwing question marks, asking what's going on real quick. It looks like they had the Good Luck Have Fun's coming out there, and they were about to start up. And I believe like I said, the map is restarting. K1 already taken 2 rounds tonight with a flawless victory, as well as going to 32 points on their second round of Dusk. And I don't know. T5K is not able to get any points tonight. Not getting any love from the K1 guys.
Very, very grueling, difficult team to fight against, obviously. Very hard to come back from, even with orbs. But also, I mean, I got to say, you know, T5K, if they'd stayed a little bit more on top of some of those Deem respawns, you know, some of those power-ups, some of those timings, they really could have turned it around very quickly. And it's just unfortunate because I love the team, you know, like the clan, like both the clans. Have a lot of respect for both of them, and it's just unfortunate.
Alright, looks like they were just doing a side switch. This time T5K on the blue team, K1 on the red team. Quick rundown of the last roster of this match. Shades 11, Sea-Dog, Ninjax 53, Greenie, and Viscerant for K1. For T5K, we've got Shania Payne, Sanchez, Triple X, Unborn, and Milkshake. Piff, why don't you start us off?
Well, we're looking at a Raptor run from T5K with the orb to the center node. Worked out real well for them last time. They capped that center node very, very quickly without wasting it on the prime. And it looks like they're going to do that again right here as soon as it gets built. They don't get taken out. Yep, and they managed to actually get that up, but it's already being tapped by K1, Ninja X, and it looks like 2 other members of K1 right there at the center node putting pressure on it. Now both tank nodes are in progress. Neither one is up yet, but I'm betting they're going to get up at about the same time, and everybody's going to be moving to the center node for that power struggle. It looks like K1 gets it up just a split second before Team 5K. That shouldn't actually make much of a difference, but we've got Scorpions from Shania Payne moving into the center node, which has been taken by K1, and kind of a bad decision to move the self-destruct on that situation because the other Scorpion was actually blocking it, so it didn't do too much damage to the node, if any at all, but she's back in the turrets trying to take out this Manta, and, well, the multiple Mantas, they've got a lot of fast movers on the Prime node, and it just looks like an absolute just cluster right there of K1 members. Got a Scorpion, 2 infantry, all on the Prime, and it's finally got taken back by Team 5K. The center node got taken back by Team 5K, so their Prime is not vulnerable anymore. However, they really need to get over there and build on it because it will not heal itself in this situation, and they need to get back over there and get it healthy, so if it does turn around again, it isn't as bad. Now here we go. Shania Payne on the Berserk in the Manta. That's what I'm talking about. Move to that center node, make sure it's actually up and okay, and then move the center node and take it down with that Berserk. And she's having some trouble with Viscerant, who takes her down, and I believe that he's going to get that Berserk power up, which is going to cause a lot of problems here in a minute.
That was Greenie so far who's been, he looks like he's been the predominant orb running for this later part, being the one that's actually taken the center node back with the orb last few times. Greenie with the mana right now is moving forward, is moving forward towards the T5K Prime node. Avril in hand, throws it up high and does connect against the Raptor. Sanchez, Viscerant, I believe, finishing off that Raptor from the bottom. Now, the center node for K1 is hurting at the moment, and you've got Greenie there that is starting the repair of that node as he picks up that shield belt to give himself a nice bit of protection. The orb for K1 has come up, and no one's going to grab it at the moment, though. Looks like they're just going to go old school on this and try to move forward on it.
Yeah, K1, it's obvious to me they don't have a lot of dedicated positions. Seems like they have 2 or 3 people that will actually run different positions. Not really sure exactly what they're thinking with that. I mean, it's a great strategy, you know, if your team can do it, of course. But it looks like Milkshake from Team 5K is actually moving back to back on the orb and trying to get it in there, but gets taken out again with a couple of little DM moves by K1. So very, very, very impressive skills on both sides of the map here, but they really just got to pull it together and get back over to K1's prime. Got some sniping going on off the hill now. That can cause some problems for an orb runner, and Milkshake does have the orb again and is running it to the prime. Gets tagged once, gets tagged, got down to 30 now, and whoever's sniping him switches over to shotgun and hits a hard combo right next to his head, takes him down. The orb is down for blue. So Team 5K is still struggling to kind of get back to that center node, and Viceroy gets taken down with a nice shock primary from long distance by Milkshake. Milkshake waiting for the orb respawn, I believe, at this point. They got to get that orb down there and lock up that prime node and defend it until they can take the center again.
Excuse me, Milkshake moving through there, was trying to pick up that orb, was not able to do it. We've got Unborn in the Raptor for T5K as he is doing some damage, takes Viscerant out, but K1 has moved that orb in there really quick to capture that node. But we do have 3 members of T5K, make that 4 now. They've already come in there starting to attack it, and here comes the nuke from Greeny that takes out virtually everybody. That's why he was nuking a cap node. He just wanted a center place to put the explosion for everyone to die, and that's what just happened with that. Sea-Dog moving in with the Raptor. You were talking crap earlier. Good technique now. Sea-Dog moving in there, as well as the mana for T5K coming in there. Greeny is doing damage. He gets taken out. The core is critical. Down to 35 points of health. 34. All T5K can do is hold back in there and try to defend all these vehicles that are coming after him. Viscerant with the beams takes Shania Payne out, who is in the Raptor above. That didn't help him out too much. It is down to 12 points of health. It looks like the attack itself of this wave has finally stopped, and T5K is getting a chance to move out there. Right now you have, Sanchez, who was carrying the orb, but gets taken out from the Scorpion. And so that orb is now just sitting out in the middle, and I believe K1 doesn't mind that at all. We've got Ninja X. He's got the orb for K1, and he's just kind of chilling on top of the bridge. Really not a whole lot going on with him. Looks like he was looking up to see if someone was going to try to take a Redeemer, as he goes up into the Cicada to check it out. The shield belt is up there, but not the Redeemer. So I guess he'll figure he'll grab that real quick and then move out. See what else is going on. Shania Payne is manning the turrets at the base of T5K and trying to prevent anything from coming in.
And there's a dog in the cast. Blue Core is yet again critical and down, and now that's another defeat. So map overall, it was just seems to have been dominated by K1. Very, very impressive. And I love Team 5K, but they just gotta. It seemed like just didn't have had good control, good map control. Needed some more timings on power ups and stuff like that. But awesome teams, a lot of talent on either side of the board.
Well, all right. Well, that will finish us up tonight. This was T5K versus K1. K1 sweeping every round. I believe the only round they actually took damage on their power core was the second round of Dusk, where their power core did go down to 32 points, and T5K did put them on the heels. Let me see. Dodge, you got anything else to finish us off with for Unreal Gaming League?
No, I'm just really proud to have our first match tonight, and I want to thank K1 for challenging us. Probably next week we'll be challenging them back, and want to just welcome everybody to come join up at Unreal Gaming League, and let's get this warfare, Vehicle Capture the Flag, and TDM, Deathmatch, let's get it all going. It's all about Unreal Tournament 3.
Don't worry, Dawes. BG, we'll see you there.
Bring it, baby. We're ready for you.
As always, the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network, we are still here. We are playing the games, and we are casting the games. We've got some COD4 action coming on later tonight, as well as some American Army action. I believe some SEVO, America's Army. So if you're into those, check us out at www.e-rev.tv. For myself, Piff, got anything else you want to add?
I'm sexier than you.
You can lie to yourself, that's okay. And also want to thank Nomadicus for coming in here and do a video with us tonight. Until next time, hit us up in the forums, register for your match request, and be sure to check us out daily for the latest news of our upcoming cast. This is the Electronic Revolution, and we will see you later. Peace.